The science of teaching. The science of teaching. Okay. I don't know whether you ever discuss at your College of Education, whether you ever discuss whether teaching is an art or science. Do you remember?
Yes, Doc. Yes,
Yeah.
Doc.
You remember? Yeah. So what we are seeing right now is the science of instruction, the science of teaching. Whether you are teaching physically, online, or through multimedia, okay, using it online or just developing multimedia application to teach, you must understand certain science that should back it. Okay. So Maya insists that research on multimedia must be based on theory grounded and or must be theory grounded and evidence based. Must be theory grounded and evidence based. Okay. So your multimedia, educational multimedia application that you will design must be, is someone's hand up? Okay. It must be theory grounded and evidence based. Okay. So we'll learn certain principles and certain theories. We've even done that right now. So the theory grounded means that each principle, method, and concept is driven by a theory of multimedia learning. So whatever principle that you use, whatever concepts, whatever method, it must be based on the theory of multimedia. And it should be evidence-based because each principle, method, and concept is supposed to be supported by empirical base or empirical, what do you call, evidence. So when you talk about empirical evidence, it means there must be some kind of research, empirical research. Empirical research, excuse me, please, a minute. All right, so what we are saying is that whatever principle, whatever what do you call, methods that we apply must be based or supported by empirical evidence from research. Okay, research that we have replicated the findings. Okay, and we are now sure that yes, that is the way to go. That is what we have to do. Okay, so that is what Maya is suggesting. Okay, that's what Maya is suggesting, and that is why whatever that we do in multimedia must be empirical based, okay, and it must be theory grounded. And in doing this, Maya suggested 12 multimedia instructional principles, okay, which were developed from nearly 100 studies. So you can imagine 100 different researchers, okay, 100 studies over the past 2 decades. Over the past 2 decades. So 12 multimedia principles that must be followed when you want to develop multimedia application. Okay. And these multimedia principles are grounded in cognitive science and how people process information. Okay. So in doing this, he placed them in 3 different groups or categories. Okay. One category is for reducing a strenuous load. You remember a strenuous load, right? You remember a strenuous load, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good, good.
Yes.
So the first category, when you do that, you reduce a strenuous load in your multimedia development. Okay. And then the number two group, when you do that, you manage essential processing. Okay. You manage essential processing. And then number 3, the group, when you do it, what you do is that you are able to foster generative processing. You're able to foster generative processing. So you can see under reducing a strenuous load or processing, we have coherence. So we have the coherence principle, we have signaling principle, we have redundancy principle, we have spatial contiguity principle, and then we have temporal contiguity principle. Okay, so these principles, when you involve them or when you use them in your multimedia application development, you are reducing a strenuous load. Then he said, okay, there are 3 other principles. When you do them, you are managing essential processing. Okay, and they are segmenting, pre-training, and modality. Okay, the segmenting principle, the pre-training principle, and then modality principle. When you do them, you are managing essential processing. And then the last one, you are fostering generative processing. Here we have multimedia, we have personalization, we have voice, and we have image. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. I also had a discussion here. So class rep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Doc.
Please, at our next meeting there, please remind me before the time. I'll create a Zoom link. Okay, I'll let you have a Zoom link so that we use the Zoom link for the teaching. So please forgive me because there are certain things that I'm not able to do when it comes to Google Meet. Okay, but I think it works quite perfectly on Zoom. Okay, so this one we should have done it on Zoom. Discuss Meyer's 12 multimedia learning principles. Okay, so let's take them one by one since we are not able to do. So the first one is coherence principle. Coherence principle, and please listen to them and listen to them carefully. Maybe the quiz or in the exams, you may be asked to discuss the coherence principle, the Myers coherence principle. What does the coherence principle say? Coherence principle say that people learn better when extraneous materials are excluded rather than included. People learn better, or students learn better, or students learn deeply, or deep learning occurs when extraneous material is removed rather than brought in or included. Learning is more effective if unnecessary information is excluded rather than included. Do away with irrelevant information or fluff that might distract learners from the main message. How do we apply this? Only include graphics, texts, or narratives if they are on point and support the learning goals. Avoid using background music. Use simple diagrams and infographics. Hope this is clear.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Good. That's the principle of coherence. Multimedia principle of coherence. Number 2 is signaling. Signaling says that people learn better when cues that highlights the organization of the essential materials are added. When cues that highlights the organization of the essential materials are added. Learning is enhanced when cues are added to draw attention to vital information. Okay, to draw attention to vital information. So, figuring out what to pay attention to counts in cognitive load. Okay, so you have to signal people how to pay attention to certain specific information when you are teaching by making an emphasis. So you can use outline, you can use headings, you can use highlighting, okay, to reduce the attentive and cognitive load of your learners. Okay, so that is the signaling principle. I hope that one too is clear.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if yes, how do you understand by this? I think you are saying yes, bass guitars and how do you understand by this?
Sir. So with this one, the signaling. So the principle is saying that it's always good to add cues, and the cues will sometimes you have a bulk of information, but within that we have keywords. So those keywords should be highlighted.
Okay.
You can use, for example, if maybe you are defining, let's say, a computer, and you want to bring the keywords there, like an electronic device, input, output, process. Those ones you can decide to make. Maybe the entire text is black. You can decide to make those ones red. You can decide to bolden it. You can decide to underline it. Just create emphasis. I think that is what this one is saying. Once the emphasis is there, when you look at it, it creates a focal point within the text. Yeah.
Thank you. So that is the signaling principle. Okay. And then we also have the third one, redundancy principle. Redundancy principle. People learn more deeply from graphics and narration than from graphics, narration, and on-screen text. Should I repeat it? People learn more deeply from graphics and narration than from graphics, narration, and on-screen text. People learn better from graphics and narration than from graphics, narration, and printed text. Use either graphics or text to complement spoken presentation. Never use both at the same time. This one we catch, or this one too confusion galore. The ladies, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I want. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
You understand it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, my guys. Is it clear? It's okay. Okay. So
Sir.
that's the yes, sir.
So in movies, sometimes you see the subtitle is there, and the subtitle is there. Then the graphics are there.
You see, the movies where you are listening to the words.
Person is also the voice is also there. So we
The
have
voice
these
is
three
also there.
components.
Yeah.
So it's like I've integrated these
It's
three
quite
components,
distractive.
which we say, yeah.
It's distractive.
So okay.
Distractive. If you are including the text on the screen, remove the voice. Unless the voice is speaking a different language. Are you getting it? Or
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or the person watching it, or you are making provision for some hearing impaired learners. Okay, but if it's not for hearing impaired learners, it is quite distracting to listen and read at the same time. Yes.
So a situation where you are watching these Indians explain concept of programming.
Yeah.
They cannot pronounce the word void. They say void.
Okay.
They have a weird way of pronouncing some English words.
Yeah.
So the void, those things. So looking at such a situation, won't it be more advisable that you include if the person's kind of accent isn't that
yeah.
okay with
So
normal? No.
it means that your attention will be more on the text than the audio, than the voice. So now you know that this person makes a lot of mistakes. Okay, so your attention will be focused on the text far more than you don't even want to listen to, but you rather you watch and then you read rather than watch, listen to the person and read. You get
Okay,
it?
though. Yes, though.
They are not saying learning do not take place, but it's saying that more deeply. Okay, people learn better. So get it for me. Okay. And then we also have the spatial contiguity principle. Spatial has to do with arrangement in space. Arrangement of things in space. So the spatial contiguity principle says that people learn better when corresponding words and pictures are placed near each other rather than far from each other on a page or on the screen. Is it clear? spatial contiguity. People learn better or people learn deeply when corresponding words and pictures are placed closer to each other rather than when they are far apart. I hope that is clear. So keep
Yes, sir.
text and visuals close to each other. If you are labeling, don't put the text far away from the, what do you call it? The visual. Okay.
Or if
And
it
then
is a video,
yeah.
if it is also a video, maybe
Mhm.
you are showing places within the video. So the moment the graphics or the motion comes with the place, the picture, the name should appear at that time.
Yeah, and
So you shouldn't
direct,
wait
yes.
for that scene to pass before you now bring it.
Oh, very good. Very good. So the next one is temporal contiguity. Temporal contiguity. People learn better when corresponding words and pictures are presented at the same time rather than in succession. Okay. When words are presented at the same time. Okay, words and pictures are presented at the same time rather than at different. So ensure voice overs are timed with visuals and animations. Place related text and pictures on the same screen. So that is the temporal contiguity. Okay. And then we also have the group that is meant for essential processing. So for essential processing, we have the segmenting principle. Okay. Segmenting principle says that people learn better when a multimedia lesson is presented in user-paced segment rather than as in continuous units. Okay. Segmenting allows learners to fully process one chunk of learning experience before having to move on to the next one. Okay, we must chunk our content into manageable chunks. I hope you understand this. People learn better when multimedia lesson is presented in a user-paced segment rather than as a continuous unit. User-paced, okay. User-paced segment, which this one stresses on chunking your content, breaking down your content, okay, so that learners can more efficiently manage essential cognitive processing in working memory. I hope that is that. So organize your content into manageable, coherent, bite-sized chunks. Ensure no one lesson, model, or slide has too much information packed on it. I hope you're getting me. Don't power text your slides, but PowerPoint your slides. Are you getting me? Don't have too many texts on one screen. Chunk it, break it down. Okay. Allow users to control the pace of instruction with next buttons, okay, or speed controls. I think the last time I was talking about, okay, when we class rep remind me that I will demonstrate the PowerPoint. I think I will start with the PowerPoint, the multimedia development. I will start with the PowerPoint. so that we'll get to know. We learn from simple to complex. Once you know that, we can go to Camtasia and so on and so forth. And then we also have the pre-training principle. Pre-training principle. It says that people learn more deeply from a multimedia message when they receive pre-training in the names and characteristics of key components. Pre-training in the names and characteristics of the key component of the multimedia. People learn more deeply from multimedia message when they have learned the names and characteristics of the main concepts. Okay, so that is pre-training. So let them get a screen, tell them this button is for next, this button is for that, before you proceed. Okay, so they know certain key concepts in the application before they continue. Providing students with definitions and main characteristics of key elements in a lesson frees up cognitive capacity for more important and essential cognitive tasks. Okay, so we are saying that develop an introductory model. Did you see that online?
Yes, it was there, sir.
Yes, develop an introductory model to explain key concepts before starting the main program. Consider preparing a cheat sheet of terms and definitions for to accompany the course. Okay, so that is the pre-training, what do you call it, principle of multimedia development. And then we also have the modality principle. The modality principle. The modality principle says that people learn better from graphics and narration than from graphics and printed texts. Are you there? Graphics and narration than graphics and printed texts. So people learn more deeply from multimedia messages when words are spoken rather than printed. When words are spoken rather than printed. Okay, so that is the modality principle. Then we have fostering generative processing principles. They are: 1, personalization principle. That's number 9. Personalization principle. Personalization principle says that people learn better from multimedia presentation when words are in conversational style than in formal style. People learn from multimedia applications when words are in conversational style than in formal style. I hope it's clear. So an informal conversational style establishes an environment of social proximity and social presence between educator and learner. So that is the personalization principle. I hope that one too is okay. Is it okay?
Sir.
Yes.
So that means that this principle is suggesting that the text should be in an interactive manner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It must be an interactive manner. Okay. It must be an interactive manner and not in like formal note format. No. Some interactive style of presenting is far better than what do you call it? The formal style. And the next one is voice principle. Voice principle, number 10. This principle is straightforward. People learn better when real presenters are used rather than machines. Okay? So get it. Real presenters are used rather than machines. Okay, so people learn better when words in multimedia messages are spoken by friendly human voice rather than machine voice. That one too is clear.
No, please. Who are the representatives?
Yes.
And do you agree? You are the real presenter. You are the human being. You're a person developing it. Because sometimes they will do it and then give the text. You know, we have some text to speech applications. You know that?
Yes, sir.
You know text to speak applications. Those who are saying no, please, I beg you, from this after this class, go and explore text to speech applications. Text to speech applications. Get them, put some content in, let the machine convert them to audio and send it to me. Let me see whether you now know text to speech. So like the reading of the text that I'm doing right now or the teaching, I can put every text into the text to speech application and then it will read it for me. I'll put it and narrate and there we go. Voila.
Yes, sir. Some of them even have the gender you can select and also even the age group.
Yes. The age group and even whether to get a black man or a white man. Okay. It can also give it to you. So text to speech, but we are saying that from Maya is saying that the voice principle states that it is better to allow real presenter to do that than to allow machines to make the voiceovers. Okay, so that's the voice principle. And then we also have the multimedia principle, that is the 11th. That people learn better from words and pictures than from one of them. I hope you're getting me. People learn from words and pictures than from one pair. And I think this one syncs with one of the theories. One of the theories. Which theory is that? This syncs with which theory? Hey, is that a modern phone? And I do. Who did it use it?
The new information has decayed the old one.
So I think it's the dual.
Thank you. Hey, I'll buy cake for you, The dual coding theory, Thank you. All right. Now the 12th one, yes, sir.
Please, with the number 10. Now,
10.
how do you distinguish? Yes, the real presenter from the machine presenter. Like, how do you distinguish?
Oh, you see. So if you develop an application, can't I know that you did it? I may not know that you did it, but your accent to crowd will give you out. The machine ones, you will see. Even when you see the Indian accent, you're able to recognize Indian accent, isn't it?
Okay.
So you recognize it. You recognize it, crowd. If someone did it, human being did it, when you see it, you see it. You can recognize when you hear it. Let me see, when you hear it, you can recognize it. So you try, let's compare. Try machine reading and then record your voice, give it to text to speech, and then you record it on using your phone, okay, and send it to me, and we can compare.
Okay.
I think it's a simple text. Let's do it. Text to speech. There are a lot of text to speech applications. When we have time, I will search for some of them for you to see. So image principle. People do not necessarily learn more deeply from multimedia presentation when the speaker's image is on the screen, rather not on the screen. So people learn better when the speaker's image on the screen does not necessarily improve students learning from multimedia. I hope you're getting me. Like I'm doing the presentation. My face being on the screen must not necessarily improve student learning. Are you getting me? So just as I've highlighted, teacher's face isn't always integral to learning the material and doesn't necessarily result in greater learning. Are you getting it?
Yes, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Good.
No,
So when you
does it mean that maybe facial gestures doesn't play an important role?
yes, if you are using facial gestures, okay, I can come on Zoom. I can decide that I'm removing my face from there. My face being there may not necessarily improve your learning. I hope you're getting me. I can decide that, okay, I'm not presenting, I'm not projecting any PowerPoint. Then my voice can make some difference, or my face can make some difference. But please, with all the principles that is there, he's saying that do not necessarily, isn't always. I hope you're getting me. So note the words.
Okay.
Isn't always. Do not necessarily. But then when you are making conclusions in your research, some of these things are very, very significantly influence. It doesn't mean that it doesn't influence at all. It influences all right, but it doesn't influence significantly.
Okay.
You get it. Yes. So consider using talking heads initially to develop connections. There are two types of video. The talking heads kind of video is the one that somebody is holding the camera to record, okay, and then the screen capture is the one that you yourself are capturing your screen and your face, okay. So it's saying that consider using the talking head videos initially to develop connections and build trust only when students see your face. Okay, if you can bear me out, most of the videos there, you don't see the presenter's face. All that you see is the images, the text, if the word is also there, or the image and then the voice. That's all. Okay. After that, select relevant and meaningful images that align with the instructional content. Okay. So these are the 12 multimedia principles that you have to apply when you are developing your multimedia. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, The next thing should have been universal design for learning, but that one I've given it out to you. Read on UDL. Okay. Read on universal design for learning. Universal design for learning is a very good model for multimedia development. On that note, I say thank you.
Okay, Doc.
Yes, sir.
So this question I want to ask: look at the principle. Do we have some that is meant for people who are visually challenged? Maybe
Yeah.
having some.
Yeah, visually challenged. UDL makes provision for that. Okay. UDL makes provision. So please read on UDL. I'll make provision for you to submit something on UDL on the platform. Class rep, remind me that you submit something. UDL has principles that make provision for those who are visually impaired. Okay. I hope that is fine. But even the 12 principles, the audio, the visually impaired, the audio will make provision for that. The dual coding will make provision for both. What do you call it? The visual channel and then the text channel. I hope you're getting me.
Okay.
So if you are visually impaired, you can hear. Okay. So the multimedia. Yes, sir.
This one. If I'm designing my own multimedia, let's say,
Yeah.
do I have to pick? Looking at the principles and then the 12, do I have to pick all of them? I can just pick one, and then it should be enough for what I want to achieve.
Do you have to pick what?
Like maybe you are designing a multimedia lesson for students. But look, we have a lot different theories that support those things.
Yeah.
So are you going to just concentrate on one, or you have to
For
pick
the
around?
for the 12 principles, you have to apply everything in your multimedia application development. All the 12 principles must be applied. Are you getting me?
Okay.
All the 12 principles. The image principle, the voice principle, the multimedia principle, the personalization principle, the modality principles, all must be applied. All must be applied. The 12 principles must be applied. Okay.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
know the principles and apply them. When you finish, you realize that your multimedia is a very good one. Okay. That will help your learners to learn deeply. I hope that is fine.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's almost 3 o'clock. We'll end here and we will meet online. I'll make the PowerPoint available on the platform. Those of us who have not answered the questions, go and answer them. I will also generate